Friday night football from Germany's Dritte Liga. It's second from top against second from bottom from the Ludwigsparkstadion. It's Saarbrücken against Schweinfurt. Hello from Will Downing. After coming so close to promotion last season, Saarbrücken are on a roll, winning 4 of the last 5, including back-to-back wins over Erzgebirge Aue, Stuttgart B last weekend, and Ulm on Tuesday night. Saarbrücken are unchanged to the side that beat Ulm 3-1 here on Tuesday, and having seen off Stuttgart 3-1 on the road last weekend, are looking for 3 wins in a week. Schweinfurt, well, we'll see their side in a moment, but Saarbrücken are very confident in their selection, having only had 14 players, barely a week ahead of the season. Schweinfurt make 2 changes from the 3-0 midweek home loss to leaders Duisburg. Christian Böhnlein in midfield and Uche Obiagumu up front come in for Devin Engelberger and Jakob Tranziska, who were both on the bench, alongside Martin Thurman, who's back from suspension. Up front, Manuel Winsheimer, their top scorer this season. He's got 2 and only 1 in the league. An excellent season so far for Saarbrücken. Looking to go up automatically and not to take the long route this time. They're 5 points off leaders Duisburg, who they face in 11 days' time. The disappointment of falling to Braunschweig in the promotion-relegation playoff final last season is driving them on, and they're on a roll goals-wise too. Second highest scorers in the league. Defensively though, they're mid-table. They have let in a lot. At the moment, it's not costing them too many points, but it is something that has to be fixed. As for Schweinfurt, last season's Regional Liga Bayern champions, are having trouble adjusting to life in a higher plane. Just the 1 win so far this season and no clean sheets yet. They are much changed from the side that came up from regional football last season, but their dozen new signings finding it hard to gel. In saying that, late goals and unconverted penalties are causing them big issues. Referee tonight, Simon Schreiner. The assistants, Marcel Kraus and Sebastian Stadelmeier. The 4th official, Veron Baziri. Sven Sonnenberg on captaincy duties for Schweinfurt, along with Piers Kretschmer. And they're spreading the goals around so far, Saarbrücken. Schweinfurt are letting in a lot. Defensively, 2 very open sides. So we might have goals here and lots of them. Let's see. From a neutral point of view, you can only hope. Florian Pick, very impressive since coming from Preußen Münster, a division up in the second flight, the Zweite Bundesliga. And a man who has played an immense amount of football at a higher level, and that for Saarbrücken is a very good thing. Saarbrücken in the blue, Schweinfurt are changing tonight in the white. Saarbrücken go within 2 points of leaders Duisburg if they win. Schweinfurt get out of the relegation zone if they get the 3 points tonight. Well, the last 2 outings have finished 3-1 for Saarbrücken. It is something that they can definitely aim for, though. out of Calogero Rizzuto, the right back. We did see a lot of Saarbrücken last season on their good charge up towards the top three. Big charge that continued and ended on the final day of last season. They got there, they got to third, but then lost 2-0 at home to Braunschweig in the first leg of the promotion relegation playoff, and then a 2-2 draw there. It was brave, it was battling, but it wasn't enough. Foul by Christian Burnlein, who's back in the side today. Schweinfurt with a very youthful coach, Victor Kleinhens. He's 34. First took charge of a side at the age of 24. He was player coach of Tulba in regional football for 5 years, went to Albstadt, then was in charge of Augsburg's under-19 side 2 seasons ago. Took charge of Schweinfurt a year ago and hasn't looked back. As for Alois Schwartz, he's certainly, from a Saarbrücken point of view, dealt with the early season criticism that they were too passive, too defensive. Only gone and scored 10 goals in the last 3 games. 3 wins in a row against our Stuttgart and Ulm, and looking for more tonight. Control well on the near side by Alongo. Continuing on to Rodney Alongo-Yombo. Says a lot at this level that Alois Schwartz has the comfort of being unchanged tonight. Further pressure coming from Burnlein. Well, that could be one of the battles of the tonight. 6th season for Burnlein here. Look to haul Rodney Alongo-Yombo down. He's just come from Borussia Dortmund. Relegated with them from this division last season. They lost on the last day of the regular campaign here at Saarbrücken. They went down. So Alongo-Yombo here now. He'd only been with them for a couple of seasons. He was ever present for them. And quite a few of the Dritte Liga squad travelled with them to the United States for the FIFA Club World Cup. Went a long way, reached the quarterfinals, last gasp defeat to Real Madrid. Lots of stoppage time goals in that at either end. Alongo-Yombo on the way, pushes it up, Florian Pick. Top scorer, 6 goals so far this campaign. And he's scored 5 in the last 3. A very good capture from Preußen Münster. Challenge from Peter Netzenport, the former Germany under-18 international. 3rd season here since coming from TSV Albstadt. Brother Vincent is still down in regional football with Kalkreich. Pick to take. Decent delivery across goal. Poked away by Burnlein. That was important. But it's a free kick for the shove, which was not the most subtle by Calogero Rizzuto. Previously earned promotion out of this division with Erzgebirge Aue. That was a decade ago. Also won the Cup of Saxony with them. He is from Saarbrücken. 4th season with them now. Need most cards last campaign. 3 red, 12 yellow. Controlled by Sonnenberg. Philip Menzel played all but 2 games last season. Lars Bauschenwein flattened. He and Rodney Alongo-Yombo running into each other. Somewhat untidily as well. Nico Brettschneider, one of the recent Saarbrücken signings, has come from Energie Cottbus. Way off in the east, it's curled in well and dangerously by BeReal. Try to pick out Johannes Geis, so he's one of the 12 new signings. He came from Unterhaching, relegated from the Dritte Liga last season, down into regional football. He had quite a career, Geis, actually. Probably you remember him. He'd been with Mainz and Schalke, played 6 seasons in the Zweite Bundesliga and 6 before that in the top flight. A lot of European campaigns he enjoyed too. Alongo Yombo trying to make his way through, and it's a foul and it's a yellow. First of the game, only 6 minutes in, coming against Lucas Zeller. Came in January from Rot-Weiss Erfurt. And Alongo Yombo had the beatings of him, really. And Zeller cautioned for it. He always played Regionalliga football until the promotion. Had been with Rot-Weiss Essen, then Wiesbaden as well. Hoffenheim's reserves, Schweinfurt. Previously played for the club 3 seasons ago. Back again. Shot by Florian Pick. He's found a way past Uche Obiagumo. Obiagumo just coming from Nuremberg. Played for their second side and Hoffenheim's as well. Born in Nigeria in Benin City, but lived in Germany a long time. German under-18 international. He's 21 now. Never broke into the first team at either of his previous clubs, Hoffenheim or Nuremberg. It's whizzed past Bausenwein. That's a yellow as well, despite the claim of it being a ball-winning challenge. Alongo Yombo has booked himself. Caution now too. Johannes Geis, who played with Greuther Fürth, helped them up into the top flight, that famous promotion at the start of the last decade. Got into Europe with Mainz and Schalke, went to FC Cologne then for a year. Nuremberg, and trying to help them back up to the Bundesliga. It never succeeded. 5 seasons there, ended up being released. Then started last campaign at Unterhaching with obviously the goal to get out of the division, and they did that. Unfortunately, it was in the wrong direction. A player who's well remembered for his top division days. Finds himself in the 3rd flight now, and he's only 32. He was with Sevilla for a while also, and played in Europe with them. 20 games for Sevilla back in 17-18. Alongo Yombo. Well recovered by Ritsuto, who was sent off in that second leg at Braunschweig, the 2-2 draw. So that was his 4th red last season, easily claimed by Tony Stahl, the new goalkeeping signing from Hanover. He's played 7 games this season. Previously won the Regionalliga Nord with Hanover's second side, and the Brandenburg Cup with Energie Cottbus. German under-18 internationally was once, just once. 8 years ago. Controlled by Pius Kretschmer, who's just come from Eintracht Hoogkapelle. He's played for both these clubs previously. Schweinfurt first, and FC Saarbrücken, Nürnberg in between. Smart cross-field ball trying to get Bausenwein away. Saarbrücken way off in the west, not that far from Luxembourg. It's a fair old chip from Bavaria. And Schweinfurt, who are based halfway between Würzburg and Bamberg. It's a little bit of a journey, but what else would they be doing on a Friday evening? It's a nice, relatively noisy travelling contingent. Kretschmer. It's going to be a free kick. Given against Lasse Wilhelm. It's been a year since he came from Mainz. Quite obvious haul back on Burnline, who's covered a lot of ground tonight. Decent free kick by Geis. Ritsuto beating, not sure, Endres in the air. Endres having come up. Burnline still hanging around in the edge of the area, and Manuel Winsheimer too. If you're going non-stop, it's about 3.5 hours by road. There's travelling fans, if they're heading back straight away, they'll will not be seeing their homes again before midnight. Ever present so far this season, Jonas Geis. And he helped Germany to the semi-finals of the Euro Under-21s in 2015. They were trounced by Portugal in the semi-final 5-0. Portugal losing the decider on penalties to Sweden ultimately. Meissner trying to get the flick on. Meissner successful second time around. They've got the free kick as well, Schweinfurt. Ran into the back of Burnline. He's covered a lot of ground in this game. Him and Winsheimer has come back, but it's offside. It's noted by Marcel Kraus on the near flank. Saarbrücken 3 wins in a row. 4 wins out of the last 5, only 2 losses in the last 9. Schweinfurt 1 win in 7 in all competitions. They're both out of the cup. Schweinfurt losing 4-2 at home to Fortuna Düsseldorf. They actually led that game through a Winsheimer penalty. It's the only spot kick they've converted this season. They've missed 3. That's a late challenge. That could be a lot of trouble for Winsheimer. It's a yellow for him. He really got stuck in. He was a bit late. Slid in and collided with Nico Brentschneider. It was quite hefty. I think he kept the studs away, but the contact was unavoidable. And Winsheimer, second yellow of the game for Schweinfurt. Scored the equaliser in the 3-2 away win at Ingolstadt last weekend. There was the midweek home loss against Duisburg. Winsheimer scoring from the spot against Fortuna Düsseldorf in the cup. But he missed from the spot in the 97th minute the other week at home to Wien Wiesbaden. They lost that by a goal to nil. They've missed 3 of their 4 penalties this season. That's not good. It's a good short ball by Rabehic, who was deep. Chance for the hit, just wide. How tempting that was. Krahn moving up. And Elijah Krahn had a good swing at that. Second season for the former German underage international, played under 17 for the Mannschaft. Tempting, definitely. It's always worth having a go from there. First proper attempt that Saarbrücken have had. Signed from Hamburg a year ago. He's from there. Ghanaian heritage. On by Lucas Zeller. This is where we are in the table. Should it finish level, Saarbrücken still second. Victoria Köln could overtake. That's a good charge down. Schweinfurt are nowhere near that, as they have different targets tonight, mainly to get out of the bottom 4. Good advantage play there was by referee Simon Schreiner, and the hit was strong, but well blocked down by Johannes Geis. It was Geis who blocked it. It's not him who's down, though. Geis straight up. Definitely wasn't the face that hit him in either. I think that's Joshua Endres. Is Endres who's down? Maybe Kretschmer. It's concerning. Kretschmer it is, yeah. He previously helped Schweinfurt to the title in 2021. They didn't go up. It wasn't the Regionalliga Bayern season for a team to go automatically up. They bided their time, and in winning the division last season, gained automatic promotion. He again is ever present this season, and that's how they'd like it to stay. They have a decent bench. Quite a few have played in the divisions above. Jakob Tranziska's just dropped out of the side today. Kevin Ferry, who's helped them to their 2 most recent Regionalliga successes. And look at Nataru as well, who's had a busy month because he's been on international duty, which you still get in this division. Here's Joel Bischel, the former Switzerland under-21 international. Chance to bring it on. Alongo Yombo is waiting in the centre, just outside the box. Florian Pick too in a good deep position. Here's Florian Pick. Lasse Wilhelm again. He was well held off and it was legal according to referee Schreiner. Solid head back up again by Sonnenberg. Risotto will get back into position. He felt there was something going on. Looks like Kretschmer. His race may be run. It wasn't he who blocked this shot. That's worth re-emphasising. Obviously, he's had to survive some situation. Florian Pick is on the way. This is Longo Jombo. Low in! That's a nice finish, Brunker! And Saarbrücken lead. The man who's been top scorer the last 2 seasons does it again. Midway through the first half and Saarbrücken breakthrough. Good burst forward by Florian Pick. Rodney Longo Jombo finding hard to be onside. And then the ball in the centre for Kai Brunker. It's his 4th goal of the season. Popped up in exactly the right place, and not much Tony Stahl could do it in the Schweinfurt goal. Lovely breakaway, nice finish. And 1-0 Saarbrücken. They're the 2nd highest scorers in the division. It's impressive. Only once this campaign have they not scored in a game. That was in the 2-0 loss at Osnabrück. They've kept their run going. And no clean sheet still this season for Schweinfurt. That's a problem. Aiming for another now. Longo Jombo just about stayed onside with the naked eye anyway. And well, they have to make this change to Schweinfurt. It's Luka Tislic who's coming on for the stricken Kretschmer. They were down to 10 when they conceded, Schweinfurt. And they've lost one of their key back 3. If it stays like this, Saarbrücken are not going to be overtaken this weekend. Victoria Köln at kick-off time 1 point behind, and it would be 4 on this scoreline. They'd be 2 points behind Duisburg, but they have to get the win first. And for Schweinfurt, second from bottom with only TSV Havels behind them, that's an issue, but they could be able to pull it back. Nice solo run by Uche Obiagumu. Just that little slice in the end that forced it wide. Oh, it's good opening. Slid in, lots of bodies around him, but you can see he just sliced it. That's their first proper chance of the game, and that's a proper warning. And in the same way that fixture computer comes up with the pairings at the start of the season, it's second top against second bottom this weekend, and top against bottom. Duisburger at the bottom side of Velset tomorrow. Funny how it goes. A Sunday, actually. Victoria Kölner in action tomorrow. They don't have to go very, very far. They're away to Stuttgart B. Schweinfurt free kick. They've had the best of it so far, Saarbrücken. Had marginally more of the ball, not the spectacular amount more. Saarbrücken off to Wiesbaden next weekend, tomorrow week, away at Feyenoord. But then that very big home game against Duisburg on the 30th. Tuesday week. 11 days away. Yo Bishop. Pick. Bit slack. Open the door for Joshua Endres to get it away. Kran. Under 17. League winner with Hamburg. Spent all his time with them before joining Saarbrücken a year ago. Finally found the way to the top flight last season. After a longer wait than they would have wished. Schalke in the same boat, out of the top flight. Some illustrious names in the Zweite Bundesliga. Third last season, Saarbrücken. We're only 5 points off promotion. Campaign before that, they finished fifth in the regular season, only 3 points shy of third place Jan Regenberg. Too many draws, 15 of them. Had that great run to the semi-finals of the Cup. Twice this decade they've managed it. It might open up here for Brunker. Whipped away. Man who scored the winner against Karlsruhe in the brilliant Cup run 2 seasons ago, and the opener against Eintracht Frankfurt in the last 16. And the winner against Borussia Mönchengladbach in the last 8. Campaign he'll never forget. Week by week, they'd love to be back up in the second flight again. Might come this way! What a finish! Kai Brunker does it again. 2 goals in 7 minutes, and Saarbrücken are on the way. Bit further out than the first one. That was good quality. Made the way into the area. Good little layoff it was. Few bodies around him, but he saw a little chink of daylight and he went for it. Brilliantly set up by Calogero Rizzotto. And Brunker does it again, his 5th goal of the season. And he's won off Florian Pick in the scoring charts. 17 goals now this season they've scored. Joint most, along with Duisburg, the league leaders. And now Schweinfurt have conceded more than anyone else. One more than bottom side Havelse. Comprehensive so far. They've hit the jackpot. 2 quick goals. Saarbrücken well in control. Kept in well by Uche. Obiagumo has little space. Nice one down the middle, but simple for Philipp Menzel to claim. Been a second flight winner in Austria with Austria Klagenfurt, helped them to the top flight. 3 seasons in the Austrian Bundesliga with them. Scored loads of goals, they've conceded loads as well. They haven't a single clean sheet to the name in any of their 7 matches, including the cup loss to Magdeburg. Kim Surveyor scoring in that, not enough. They fell 3-1 here. Wide again by Uche, nice combination with Bausenwein. And Uche Obiagumo's ended up off the pitch, I'm afraid. Story that both sides are getting used to. Schweinfurt's only victory coming last weekend at Ingolstadt. But how well taken that was by Kai Brunke. Twelve goals each of the last 2 seasons, and he's up to 5 already by week 7, and he's waiting in the near post again. The effort narrow angled. He's very well dug out in the end. There's a lot to like, definitely, about Florian Pick now that he's stepped down a division. His strike, narrow angled. He did have support from Brunke. Could have picked him out. They definitely look in the mood for more. There's no stepping back, standing back, what they were accused of a lot early in the season. And last campaign, but Alois Schwartz says the side has to be playing at 100% level and full throttle in order to keep getting wins and picking up points. They're certainly doing that. 17 goals in their first 7 games. Started with a 3-3 draw at Cottbus. They came from 3-1 down to engineer that point. Forced an own goal from Kabulkin in the 96th minute for the leveller. Haven't looked back really. The 2-0 loss at Osnabrück, but that apart, they've won every other game. That's a nice try from outside. It opened up and it was very, very tempting. Got a bit behind it, did Geis. Still to score since coming from Unterhaching. They've only scored 3 league goals in their 6 games today. They all came in the one game. The 3-2 win at Ingolstadt, own goal, Fitzheimer, and then the winner from Bowline. They came from 2-1 down to do that. Their other 5 league matches all ending in defeat. Zeller across for Thomas Meissner. 2nd season since coming from Gostavari in North Macedonia. Schweinfurt captain having an interesting time. He came through Mainz, was at Borussia Dortmund, played in the second sides of both. Then Duisburg, who probably a lot of you will remember, had a good top flight run once upon a time, and went to the Netherlands, ADO Den Haag and Willem II. top flight football in the Netherlands, did the same in Hungary with the Puskás Academia before coming home to Hansa Rostock and then going to Gostavari, which was a bit left field from his point of view. Only stayed there 6 months in Macedonia. Here's Brett Schneider, new rival from Energie Koppers, short for Rodney Alongo-Yombo again. That's not a bad try. Hanging well, calls of a penalty. Brunker going down, away, fast by Tony Stahl in the Schweinfurt goal. Straight to Philip Mentel, his opposite number. Schweinfurt unable to keep this man quiet. Visitors host Alemannia Aachen next weekend, away at Ulm, home to Werl. After finishing top of the Regionalliga Bayern last season, finding it hard to get to grips with this division, Uche had set it up, and the effort again off target on the edge of the area, so was trying to find a way through. On the edge of the area, Nils Bironets, too high. Going to be a free kick. Alongo-Yombo in a heap. Only scored once last season. That was in Borussia Dortmund's game at Ingolstadt. He'd scored 9 goals the season before he was ever present for Dortmund last season. But it all ended for them here. Seven minutes to half time. Saarbrücken showing there are plenty of goals around the side. Such a good advanced position, the right back. He scored the clincher away in the 3-1 win at Stuttgart last week. Maintained a good presence forward. It's going to be a corner kick. Solid job by Wilhelm. And Saarbrücken have the corner. Important block at the near post. Zizlic kept busy since coming on for the injured Matthias Kretschmer. Florian Pick with it. Good, decent, strong delivery. Sonnenberg was up, the Saarbrücken captain. He's waiting for it again. Florian Pick looking to send it in. Pick went the direct route. And that'll be simple for Tony Stahl. Stahl signed to replace Lucas Schneller, who's gone back to Bayern Munich after the end of his loan. Maximilian Weisbecker has seen a little bit of action this season as well, having come from FA Elitisten. They won the Bayern Pokal last season, the Bavarian Cup. Faced Schweinfurt in last season's Regionalliga. They were impressed with what they saw, brought them on board. Good little layoff by Alongo-Yombo, chance for Brett Schneider to get a cross in. Geis brought down. Schweinfurt did win the top division twice, but it was the highest division they could play in, the Gauliga Bayern. 1939, 1942, they finished third in the Oberliga Sud in 1955, when that was the highest division to play in, and all the Oberliga champions then played off to contest the national title before the national Bundesliga came about, which is somewhat surprisingly young. I mean, Germany's a huge country, but all the same. Still a few out injured. Sebastian Vassiliadis having calf surgery, and Patrick Sontheimer with his thigh. Good opening, Florian Pick getting it out wide for Rizzuto. Straight at Tony Stahl. How well he stood up, formerly a youth, the Schweinfurt goalkeeper at Leipzig and Fulham. And first of all, Engi Cottbus went back there to start his professional career. Also, Schweinfurt have Emil Zorn in their books as a keeper. He's 19. The other two, Stahl and Thijs Becker, in their mid-20s. The two games where Saarbrücken have dropped points this season, the draw against Cottbus, the loss to Osnabrück. Osnabrück right now are mid-table. Starting the weekend 4 points behind them. If it stays like this, it will be 7 for the moment. They definitely mean business this campaign. That's too heavy. Out past Nico Brettschneider. Well, the northeast version of the Regional Liga with Cottbus 2 seasons ago, and the Latvian Cup with Auda during his couple of years in the Baltics. Florian Pick with a lot of work to do. It was very easily covered and taken by Luka Teslic. Having to backtrack now, is played forward by Rizzuto. Florian Pick, effective definitely. Lost out that one though, but he's popping up everywhere. And he's effective, and he's winning the ball, he's distributing it. He's an important cog in the system. Rizzuto on the right. Held up by Pivanets. Five of the 6 games this season, Schweinfurt have failed to score. An issue that they have to plug. You don't get to stay up if you don't score goals. Unable to keep clean sheets as well. 3 out of minutes at the end of this first half. And a lot going Saarbrücken's way. It's launched up for Rodney Alongo Yombo again. They can get their defence sorted, then there's a lot going Saarbrücken's way this season, potentially. A lot of their signings coming quite late. But they're on a roll, they've got the stadium full. Also just brought in Pankalaskana, who signed from Motor Lublin in the second flight in Poland, the Pierwsza Liga. Decent ball, Alongo Yombo did get there first. Played by Brett Schneider. Rodney Alongo Yombo back again, that's nice between him and Elijah Kran. Up towards Florian Pick and put out by Zeller for another corner for Saarbrücken. Finishing this first half very well. Chances from the delivery. Saarbrücken bringing a lot up, swapping this Schweinfurt goal. None of their usual suspects could do much on it in the first phase, but there's another one coming. Florian Pick could go for this. Charged down by Thomas Meissner. It was red alert time for Schweinfurt. It still is. Aim for Kran by Joel Bischel. But what a very good effort, and on target too. So far so good for Alois Schwartz. Hefty win in the air by Elijah Kran. Good first half for Saarbrücken, particularly that middle period where Kai Brunker scored twice in 7 minutes. The first close range, lovely ball from the left by Alongo Yombo. The second, almost all his own work, fed by Rizzotto, edge of the area. Had a lot to do, had men to beat, and he did it all. Saarbrücken second coming today, and they are looking like it. Schweinfurt second from bottom, and I'm afraid to say likewise from their point of view. And a scoreline that right now would cut the gap at the top between Saarbrücken and Duisburg to 2 points. But with the same prospects as Saarbrücken today, any defeat for Duisburg tomorrow would be a bit of a surprise. Half-time it is. Saarbrücken 2, Schweinfurt 0.
Ja, Tim, von
ist immer ein bisschen unangenehm, aber trotzdem gut.
An impressive first half for Saarbrücken. Sees them lead Schweinfurt by 2-0. Second from bottom leading Schweinfurt. It's very early to be talking about them in terms of relegation, but they've started very poorly, unfortunately, having earned promotion last season. It's been a really good, enjoyable, entertaining game. Engrossing. Well, for most of us anyway. So Schweinfurt resuming. Second from bottom, 2 goals down. Saarbrücken pushing behind Duisburg at the top of the table. This to reduce the margin at the top to 2 points. They've been sharp, they've been very good. They've created a nice amount, but that double from Kai Brunke midway through the first half has them in control in front of their own support at the Ludwigsparkstadion. Tim Latter on for the second half. Michael Dellinger as well. Been forced into changes. Drastic plans from Victor Klein, hence the Schweinfurt coach, but they need them. Only 2 changes left now. Only lost 8 games last season, did Schweinfurt, in the Regionalliga. But reality is more than beginning to bite. Well, Lucasello going off, he was on a yellow card. Latire on for him. Dellinger making his appearance as well. Does that change things up front from a Schweinfurt point of view? Remember, they're in the white if you haven't been with us earlier. And Michael Dellinger replacing Manuel Winsheimer, also on a yellow. Already had 3 red cards this season. They had 2 against Cottbus when Dellinger and Geis were both dismissed. They lost that at home by 2-0. Celebi dismissed when they won 3-2 at Ingolstadt last week. Don't want to take any risks this time. It means they've only 2 changes left to make for the remainder of the match. Saarbrücken looking fresh. Dangerous one in towards the middle. Easily claimed by Tony Stahl. Well, it didn't take long for the clean sheet to go tonight. And defensively, Schweinfurt are suffering. Winsheimer, by the way, the top scorer. They've taken him off. That's too long. Von Leinen sure enough, the only other players who've scored this season, sure enough, is not in the matchday squad. The recent signing from Maccabi Haifa had been with Nuremberg before that. Well, they're hoping of getting up to a higher play. They've had a wonderful start to the season. Brought away by Brunke. That's a worthy attempt from the edge of the area. Why not by Alongo Yombo? Past the post of Tony Stahl. Well, they're enjoying a lot of really good, strong chances now with Saarbrücken. Right down the middle, Dellinger, a lot will be aimed his way, and Endres had it on target. Good try, straight at Philip Menzel, but all the same, more of that is what Schweinfurt need. Got behind it well. Endres, his second season is coming from Carl Zeiss Jena. Lots of regional trophies. That'll be a free kick. For the foul on Pivanets. Again, it's the top two going up automatically, and the third placer in the promotion relegation playoff. Bottom four going down of the 20, and right now Schweinfurt are there, along with Havelse just below them. Auer and Regensburg just above. Outside the relegation zone, only just Alemannia Aachen on goal difference. No, what a beauty! From a long way out. And Schweinfurt get back in the game. Menzel tried to reach it. A beauty from Bausenfein. It's headed out by Rabihich, and how about that for a volley to the net? Sweet! It's his first goal of the season, and Bausenfein won't forget that in a hurry. He hit it and it stayed hit. Yellow card out. Guy's absolutely flew in on Brett Schneider, so he's in the book now. They've taken off the two players who had cautions of the name, but now Geis gets a fresh one, and he was sent off a few weeks ago. All those years in top level football, he can handle himself that way, he can handle himself the other way too. Way by Philip Menzel. It's only the second game out of the 7 they've played in which they've scored this season, remarkably enough. But that was a belter from 30 at least. Low on the ground. I think it might have just bounced before he hit it. Fantastic strike. Going to run through back to Menzel again. Opening up on the near side, this is Rodney Alongo-Yombo again. Away by Bausenfein. And well struck just over the top by Kran. Well, he had the range to have a go. Good distance itself. Rising all the time over the bar of Tony Stahl. Kran scoring the opener in the 3-1 win away at Stuttgart last weekend, before the 3-1 home win against Ulm on Tuesday. 9 points out of 9, 3 wins in the week. That's what Alois Schwartz, the Saarbrücken coach, said was the big target of the week. They've delivered 2/3 of it. They're delivering all of it right now. On by Rabihich. Nice little back flick by Alongo-Yombo again, but too strong. Brunker trying to chase. Like so many, it's been a career in the lower reaches of the league. Bausenfein is only 20. 1 goal last season in the promotion season for Schweinfurt, and that's his 2nd goal in adult football. His 1st goal in the national game, and it's some goal. Won by Endres. Blatter. Back by Meissner. Not unusual that a lot of Schweinfurt squad are from the town of Schweinfurt, irrespective of where they may have played previously. A lot have played elsewhere previously. Blatter had been with FSV of Frankfurt before moving in the summer. Brunker waiting in the middle once more. Opportunities. Pick. Oh, too heavy. Alongo-Yombo was in a great position coming down the right-hand side, but far too much pace on it. The gap was there, the chance was there to find the net again. And Brunker is down. And Saarbrücken will hope this isn't bad. What Alois Schwartz was saying, he had fears coming into the season that he wasn't going to have a big squad. They managed to get a few names in. Another one in the last 48 hours from Polish football, as mentioned. It's Brunker's 3rd campaign here, having been top scorer each of the 2 seasons he was here previously. His dad, Dirk, was a decent lower division football, close to a big break with Freiburg. Unfortunately, he had a little break, suffered a broken thumb on the way to his fighter a Bundesliga debut and never got to play for them in the end. Brunker Jr. had a season with Bradford City in the lower reaches in England. This was a lovely break by Pick. And the idea was there. The shot might have been on for him. The angle wasn't right, but a bit of a softer ball in. And Alongo-Yombo is in. And then play held up for Brunker going down. They're enjoying their trip. 7-hour round trip that it'll be. Broken up by the game. It's definitely dedication. They meet again. in Bavaria in March, in Franken in the north of the region. An area that's kind of a state within a state. It's a real bolt for the Blues of Saarbrücken, and changes are coming. Patrick Schmidt, wearing 39, is going to be coming on up front, presumably for Brunker. Schmidt scored in the midweek win against Ulm, his first of the campaign. His third spell with the club as an adult, and fourth including the youths. He's one of the more youthful players on the pitch who scored the goal of the game. So Brunker is going off. It's a treble change. Chavea coming on. Brunker going off. Schmidt arriving too. And Abdoulaye Kamara, the Ghanaian who's just signed from Portsmouth. It'll be his second appearance. They're the three who are coming on. Rabbi Hitch is coming off as well. Brunker with the 2 goals, putting Saarbrücken in control, but they've lost a little bit of it now. And it's been a very good, effective game as well for the third to come off. He's had some good chances in the match. So Tim Chavea, the Albanian under-21 international, scored twice this season. Scored in the cup against Magdeburg. Longo Yombo replaced. Very good. Could have had a few, including just now. Both sides with 2 changes left to make. Just past the half-hour mark. So Kai Brunker off, Patrick Schmidt on. Top scorer in the Regionalliga Southwest back in 2017. Most recently with Ingolstadt. And he scored last season's first goal of the Dritte Liga. Cap once for the German under-19 Schmidt was by Horst Hrubesch, a legendary underage coach, and the man they call the Monster, winning penalty in the 82 World Cup semi-final against France. Good downward header, almost worked out for the skipper. Sonnenberg met it, directed it well, needed a bit more, gave it all he could really. Good free kick though by Pick. It's well in the balance now though at 2-1. Stahl trying to scramble across. Certainly looked as if Uche Obiagumu got a little touch. Brentstad has been kept busy. Well, he's only 34, Victor Kleinense. Feels young now, but his first coaching role in the league was as a 24-year-old. Well won by Schmidt. Schmidt missing most of 2 seasons ago through injury. Almost all of 2 seasons ago through injury. Decent break by Endres. Deflected out for the corner off Lasse Wilhelm. There wasn't much that Philip Menzel really could do about it. 13 of the Saarbrücken squad at one stage or another have played underage international football. 11 for Schweinfurt and 1 current senior international. Yanis Geis for the corner. Went the long route, didn't have much success with it. Tony Stahl out deep. Bounce took it away from Geisler. What was that? Well, Schweinfurt electing on a further change. With 25 to go, they only have 2 left to make. Kron playing it forward. It's going to be a free kick. It's going to be another yellow card. Terslich walking away, but it was he. Brought Schmidt down. That is their 4th yellow of the game. And here is the full international, Fabio Luca Nataro of Liechtenstein. Featured in the 6-0 home loss to Belgium in the World Cup qualifiers, the 5-0 away loss to North Macedonia. 17 caps for his country, signed in the summer from Vaduz. There is no league in Liechtenstein. Vaduz play in the Swiss second flight, the Challenge League. There is a cup in Liechtenstein and they win it a bit. 1 change left for Schweinfurt after this, and still more than a full quarter of the game to go. Bixel have moved it up. It's Joshua Endres who's gone off, and that's another tug, and it's another yellow card, and these are really mounting up for them now. It's just outside the area. Bausenwein shown it. That was 1 challenge, and that was the 2nd. That's 5 yellows for them now. And he picked one up last time out against Duisburg in the midweek defeat. Not much of a cushion for Saarbrücken right now. They had one. Went in the direct route, did Pick. Came back out towards Schmidt. That was lovely by Rizzuto. Chance for the cross, low in by Camera. Won the National Junior League in 2022 with Borussia Dortmund. They were Western champions 2 years in a row. Free kick against Rizzuto. Leg out. No proper attempt to get the ball past Luque Nataro, so he's in trouble too. Zlatair is down now. Pivenetz has 3 yellows so far this season. Dellinger, who's come on, is 4. Geis, after his cautions tonight, is 4, so it's 5 for a suspension. 2 are on the brink right now. Six yellows. It has been feisty, to say the very, very least. Well, Sonnenberg having a bit of an argument with referee Simon Schreiner. And he's gone walkies. Treatment needed for that cut. Wasn't going to be allowed to play on with it. Wasn't happy, I think, with how the physios were reacting. He was asking to be allowed play on. There's another situation down there. I'm not sure if it's related to that. Maybe the Schweinfurt bench are unhappy that play's been halted and that it's not going to continue without Sonnenberg when they feel it should have done. And there's been a caution for the bench too. And Victor Klein-Hens doesn't want any more of his assistants in trouble. That's one way of making sure it happens, or not. Delivery was decent. Little flick too caused Menzel a few problems. Geist going over for another corner kick. Pivanets has been cautioned as well, so that's now his 4th yellow of the season. Delivery was deep. He's going to come back again outside the area to Bausenwein. And the header is simply gathered by Menzel in the end. Coming from Dellinger. That's 6 yellows that Schweinfurt have picked up now. Three players they have on 4 yellow cards this early in the season. That victory at Ingolstadt finished 10 aside. Good break by Bausenwein. Looking to go all the way, but he wasn't allowed to. And away. There's nobody in yellow card trouble yet, by the way, from a Saarbrücken point of view. Kran and Brett Schneider both on 3. They've not been cautioned tonight. 17 minutes to go. Saarbrücken ready to cut the gap at the top behind Duisburg to 2 points. Lataya, formerly of Nuremberg and Bayreuth. Good ball for Luque Nataro, holding it up, Dellinger finding him. Luque Nataro still going. Shot blocked down straight away. The fall towards Boonline. Edge of the box, nice control by Lataya. It's Dellinger who went down, and Simon Schreiner didn't see a penalty there. Ball's gone out. Challenge from the side from Tim Surveyor. Contact, but probably not enough to be a foul. Geis. Played 140 times in the Bundesliga, Geis did. So it's good experience at this level for Schweinfurt. Chip almost paid off. It'll fall for Bunlein. Couldn't get his foot behind it. Taken away by Abdullah Kamara. Oh, another great try from outside the area. Geis in a great position and almost made it happen again from outside the box to Schweinfurt. What a good hit that was. And Menzel happy to see it fly past, and only just past. Tim Surveyor. Been taken up by Kamara. They've got 3 forward here, almost got pick away. It's another yellow card. Now, if that one's against Pivenets, he was booked just a few minutes ago. It's not him. Maybe Luque Nataro. Yeah, it's Luque Nataro, that's all right. Not quite for Luque Nataro, though. That is 7 yellow cards they now have tonight, Schweinfurt. Remarkable number of cautions they've had. Do they get another goal tonight to leave Saarbrücken with something? They won the most recent away game at Ingolstadt. Decent delivery by Tim Surveyor, hit back with a bit of interest and deflected out. Hislic was one of those back. Decent game for Florian Pick. Might be taking his time a little bit to go over here, Tim Surveyor. Had been at Augsburg for 8 years and on loan at Ingolstadt. This has been more of a test for Saarbrücken than many might have thought. Schweinfurt have made a good game of it and a very good goal to get back into it. Looking for the flick on at the near post, which didn't come. Bichel was up, the centre-back. 13 minutes of normal time to go. Playing all the right notes and generally the right order since coming on. Headed away by Meissner. Surveyor claiming it once more. Headed back across by Schmidt. Nobody waiting for it though from a Saarbrücken point of view. Schweinfurt dealt with it effectively. Back for Rizzuto. Schmidt, low cross. Oh, that would have been the moment to wrap it up. Clever little flick coming from Florian Pick. They made space rapidly. Schmidt's cross was quick. I don't know, it was a Rabona who was trying to pull off. Almost flew in. Chested down successfully for Stahl. It just about worked out. Good burst into the air again by Pick, and down went Tim Surveyor. And it's been called against Surveyor. He went in with goalkeeper Tony Stahl. It's a free kick for Schweinfurt. Well, he went for it and it was considered he'd left his foot in by referee Simon Schreider. What a brilliant atmosphere for a third flight stadium. 16,000 capacity. A lot of the time this is as full as they can make it. Good ball played up. Luca Nataro trying to break clear again, but was ushered off it. 10 minutes to go of normal time. It's a cracking ball. The flag is stayed down. Abdoulaye Kamara trying to play it early. Flag's up now. Pick put it in the net. Flag from Marcel Kraus was somewhat delayed. Seems about right. He certainly looked offside at the time, did Abdoulaye Kamara. There's no recommendation to keep the flag down until late in this league. There is, as you'll know by now, no VAR. Ritsuto tempted to go for it, maybe he's got support. Surveyor hits the crossbar. What a shot from Tim Surveyor from outside the area, and that would have sealed it. He's been lively since coming on, and that would have really set the seal on his game. Oh, wonderful effort. It's going to be a free kick. Ritsuto is off. Calogero Ritsuto dismissed. The man who got 4 red cards last season has his first of this campaign. And just like that, he's gone. He went on Pironet's. Challenge from behind, the ball was not there to be won really, it was too far away, being shielded away by Pironet's. Went in and he caught him, and the studs on the back of the heel, and that'll only have one result. Ritsuto sees red again. Franziska is the final change for Schweinfurt meanwhile. This with 8 minutes remaining, and suddenly they can see a definite path to winning this game. Jakub Franziska started last week. He came from Dynamo Budweis in January to help them up from the Regionalliga. No doubting Calogero Ritsuto is very important to Saarbrücken. He's definitely one of their better players, one of the most creative ones on the right-hand side. Makes things happen. He gets himself sent off a lot. There's 5 reds since the start of last season. And it definitely gives Schweinfurt a chance now. Burnline has gone off, that's the last change. Franziska on for him. Can they make it happen? They might well do it, guys. Good block that was by Joel Bichel. Chested down by Terslich. The openings are certainly coming Schweinfurt's way now. Fabio Luque Nataro outside the area and tempted. But he lost it. And the break is coming for the 10 men now of Saarbrücken. Brought on by Patrick Schmidt. Too heavy. Florian Pick won't get there. It's a Saarbrücken ball. The joint highest scorers in the league still holding out in front. They're making their fourth change. Robin Bournemouth coming off, who came on, joined them in the summer from Karlsruhe. Bournemouth replacing their man of the season so far. His 30th birthday today. Previously played in the top flight with Fortuna Düsseldorf. Daninger getting congratulations of his own. Florian Pick has been fantastic all season long. Their top scorer, and he's off the pitch now. Still have a change to make. Good ball in front of goal. Dellinger trying to hold it up. Didn't quite go his way properly. Almost fell for Pironet's outside the penalty area. Free kick. It's gone against Meissner. Went to stretch to get the ball. Foul called, and Meissner is their 8th player to be booked in the game. Plus they've had a coach booked as well. I think Florian Pick will still like to be on. He's done it all tonight. Saarbrücken have done a lot, but have they done enough to win? Three minutes of normal time to go. They scored an unexpected blaster. That got them back into it. That was 6 minutes into the second half through Pausenwein. They've had a few chances since then. They have the man advantage. Did he get the ball first? I thought he did, frankly. They got caution for it. Taken by Tim Surveyor. Chance to get another cross in. Had that ever hit the bar a few minutes ago. Bichel has stayed up. On by Brett Schneider. Well claimed by Tony Stahl. 88 minutes are on now. Saarbrücken so close to cutting the gap at the top to 2 points, and they face Duisburg in 2 games' time, the leaders. Away at Wiesbaden tomorrow week, and then at home to Duisburg. It'll be a meeting of the top 2. Bit of room for Johannes Geis. Good chip to the far flank, opportunities to get the ball back in again. Teslic in the header, oh what a chance by Tranziska! What an opening in the 89th minute, right in front of goal. The cross superb, and he just managed to step away from his marker and almost headed in. 3 goals he's got last season after coming from Dynamo Budweis. Back by Pivenets to Tony Stahl. Saarbrücken have had to push as many players back as is feasible. Everybody's in their own half now. Shade come back deep. Bellinger. Bit of room for Pivenets. Out wide for Lataya, looking for the flick on. He almost got it as we hit the 90 minutes. Cross was good. Header just too high by Bellinger. A nice amount of stoppage time coming. 6 minutes. His goal has given Schweinfurt hope. Two opportunities in a minute for Schweinfurt just now that have flown over the top. Bit of time being taken by Philipp Menzel. Caution for it by the looks of it. I think he did get a yellow card. Free kick for Saarbrücken. Almost there. Always Schwarz. That is a yellow card for Philipp Menzel. 2 yellows and a red for Saarbrücken. 8 yellows for Schweinfurt. Schweinfurt on the charge once more. It's being led by Uche. Smacked out effectively. Well, that was the hole back by BeReal. That'll be a caution for him as well. No doubt about that. Well, they've mounted up tonight on both sides. 12 cards we've had in the game. Irrespective of what any coaches have got, the players have got absolute massive cards. It's been quite an achievement not to be booked in this game. 4 minutes of stoppage time to go. Schweinfurt running out of time. They've made all their changes as well. Point gets them out of the relegation zone. Punched away by Menzel. And importantly for him, he found a colleague in Elijah Krahn. He's gone down. And the whistle will go for it. As it stands, Schweinfurt are going to stay second from bottom on this scoreline at least. And actually, even with a draw on goal difference, they would stay second from bottom. Only a win would get them out of the bottom 4, or bottom 2. 3 minutes of added time at least to go. Gripping stuff. Schweinfurt have put up a good fight tonight. They've conceded a whole load of late goals. 5th minute of stoppage time at home to Cottbus. It was still 0. They lost that 2-0 somehow. 0-0 against Spain in stoppage time when Agrafiotis got the winner in the 94th minute. So they'd actually be out of the relegation zone had they not conceded in stoppage time. Those 3 late goals. Now they need to get one themselves. It's a good comeback win for them against Ingolstadt last weekend. They were 2-1 down, won it 3-2. It's the only points they've got this campaign. Good cross, ready for Meissner to connect, but solidly away by BeReal. Then blocked by Krahn. At the feet of Lataya. towards the far post. It was tempting. Bournemouth had to get in ahead of Mikael Dellinger just to make sure, so it is a corner for Schweinfurt. Approaching 5 minutes of stoppage time. Pensive stuff for Kleinhens. Goalkeeper Tony Stahl has come up here for Schweinfurt. It's always fun when that happens. Johannes Geis will take the corner kick for Schweinfurt. Worth keeping an eye on Stahl. He went up for it, didn't reach it. It's come out edge of the area. Belted it was by Lataya. Uche Obiogumu covering it. Has the throw for Schweinfurt. Pivanets to get it in. Wasn't a long throw ultimately. Lataya. Pivanets in the middle for Geis. Geis with the short ball to the edge of the area. Opportunities may be coming here. Luke Nataro was tempted. It's cut out well by Surveyor. Chance for Saarbrücken to come in the counter-attack. Stahl getting back into his goal. It's played quickly by Schmidt. And Stahl recovered it. And Schweinfurt have to get this up the other end immediately. No time for finesse. And they're certainly not showing any. Meissner went down. It's a free kick. Right at the end of stoppage time. Right in front of goal for Schweinfurt. The hope is not abated. Schweinfurt caught by Sonnenberg. Captain on captain. It's a free kick. And this is it for Schweinfurt. No further opportunities after this, surely. Not at this stage of the game. It's been a mouthy kind of a contest on the touchline, definitely. Victor Kleinhens unhappy. He'd love something to cheer him up, and this might be it. Johannes Geis has placed it. He's given the ball a big kiss as well. Does that provide him with the luck he needs? Geis! It's wide. It's a corner though. Deflected along the way. Little flick. They do get one final go at it. Geis to hit it in. They've all come up. The goalkeeper's up again. And again, Surveyor will get a clear. And Saarbrücken have held on. What a start to the season. 4 wins in a row. 5 wins in 6 games. And they're 2 points behind Duisburg at the top. A lot happening in the box right at the end. And there was an arm out. But there was a bit of shirt pulling happening too on Meissner. Twice over. Schweinfurt got themselves back in the game. A lovely goal from Laurens Bausenwein 6 minutes into the second half, but that brace from Kai Bruckner in the space of 7 minutes earns another victory for Alandswad Shorts. And they are joint top scorers in the league along with Duisburg now, and they meet in 11 days' time. A really tremendous game of football. Saarbrücken had lots of opportunities. Schwartz answering all the critics now, but that was the shirt pull. That was the shirt pull right there on Meissner. The VAR would have picked up. Just watch that. Yeah, that would be a penalty. Big Cell pulling him back. And Schweinfurt, had that been spotted by the officials, would have had a penalty. I don't have much doubt about that. Schweinfurt surely have no doubt, but Saarbrücken have the win. Engaging stuff, and it ends at the Ludwigspark Stadion. Saarbrücken 2, Schweinfurt 1. And what a way to get the weekend underway.